Jimmy here. Who doesn't love a very dirty, bloody bloodbath? Well, I'm pretty sure most of you don't, especially those who haven't hedged themselves or haven't anticipated on this very aggressive move. But really, if you zoom out, there is maybe way more context than when you're living in the emotions of today. Not gonna lie, there's so much distraction and so much noise on Twitter, the YouTube videos. One day someone's making a video, it's all over, and the next day, prepare your bag before it's too late. There's so much shit going on. So it's time to decode the situation, to simplify things. I'm gonna try to keep this in 10 minutes or even less. We're gonna discuss Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart, the weekly, daily, the 12-hour, maybe even the 4-hour. I want to walk you guys through my own Bitcoin dominance chart, the total 3 minus the stables, and another ratio I would love to share with you. But first, let's take things a little bit into perspective. You guys should by now know this website. It's for free, you don't need any subscription. It basically monitors the inflow of Bitcoin through ETFs, Bitcoin purchased by countries, public companies, private companies. Look at this number, 3.7 million Bitcoins accumulated by countries, ETFs, private companies, mining companies, and so forth and so on. Listen, this 3.7 million, it wasn't here 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago. No way. It was way, way lower back at that time. This is increasingly going up. And of course, when you see a disbalance between demand and supply, those who have purchased Bitcoin very early, of course, they're going to sell. Or there are also other groups who think if things are overheated, they would love to open short positions to benefit from volatility. Not saying that you should short, but just to give you guys a little bit of a context. This chart is so self-explanatory, but still, I'm gonna explain it as if you are a little child of 10 years old. Look to these yellow dots. These are your higher lows. Higher lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful higher lows since the cycle low of 2020. So keep that in mind. Secondly, you see this red line. You know what it represents? Smart people know this because if you are monitoring the Bitcoin chart on a weekly and you plot the 21 EMA, you can see this line, maybe in a different color, but this is the 21 EMA. I want to make a statement here. Every time when Bitcoin was below the 21 EMA, what was it normally? It was a what? A buy opportunity. Okay, this wasn't trading below the 21 EMA, even not close or not that close. But look, tapped into the 21 EMA, close below the 21 EMA, and it reversed. We saw the same thing happening here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see like a slowdown of momentum, having some few candles below the 21 EMA only for Bitcoin to make a reversal move to the upside. So that's one thing I want to share. By the way, there's also a bearish case, which I want to share with you in 2 minutes. Very simplistic support resistance. We are, it bounced from this SNR level. It used to be resistance, as you guys can see, for many times. Like it got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this was like floating below the resistance level, broke out, bounced, This is crucial what's happening here. So normally I don't believe in, textbook-ish TA. I believe in chaos. I believe in fear. I believe in emotions. I believe in overreaction. I believe in underreaction. I believe in trading psychology, market psychology. I believe that people can get depleted. I believe that opportunity is there when there is a lot of uncertainty. And I believe that kind of uncertainty can rise again or can be amplified when we're trading below this level, below the 21 EMA, below this support resistance, like this SNR level, to freak out people. And then we're gonna see, that higher low and a continuation to the upside. This is just a scenario, and as of now, I do believe that this is the most likely scenario. There's also this scenario that we might, that we're topping out. I'm not saying that we're topping out, by the way, but you cannot blindly follow one thesis. For every bullish thesis you have, you need to have a bearish thesis, or at least a thesis that invalidates your bullishness, right? You should always stay in balance. We never ever think in certainties, always in probabilities. So for every positive scenario, you need to have a negative scenario. If not, you're gonna get wrecked. Believe me, I've been there. And I've been coaching people a lot in the last 4, 5, 6 years. And trust me if I tell you, never ever blindly follow one thesis. Of course, you need conviction, but conviction alone won't get you there. Okay, what am I seeing here? I'm seeing that Bitcoin has been rising since November 2020. And Bitcoin has made a very insane move from cycle low here to this high, 700%. You might ask yourself, okay, since cycle low, Bitcoin made a 700% move. What else do I want? And actually, this is a very valid question, because another question you should ask yourself, especially when you're seeing this chart, who is in profit? Well, basically everyone. Only these suckers here who purchase Bitcoin here, these are the losers and the suckers, and they are not in profit. But anyone else who has ever purchased Bitcoin is in profit. Okay, and then you need to ask yourself, if almost everyone is in profit and things are going well, who is there to sustain this trend? It's a legit question, and I do have some answers on that. But also, the other side is, if Bitcoin made a 700% move, there are always people who want to lock in their profits, as they should. Okay, as they should. So what do I see here? I see a crazy move. I could argue that we see a rising wedge. Not textbookish, but again, I don't believe in textbook stuff. I believe in chaos. I believe in overreaction. I believe in people. I believe in you. I consider this as a rising wedge, and a rising wedge is, you should see it at least as a warning sign. Okay, it's a warning sign. And then we have a very strong bullish a bearish divergence, double bearish divergence, because as you guys can see on the chart, this here is your first divergence, and this here is your other divergence. So what is this telling me? It tells me that you should not ignore the warning signs. I see this as a warning sign. You have the rising wedge, you have the bearish divergence. Everyone is in profit, so it's okay to be a little bit cautious, but the structure is still intact. It's still making these higher lows, and because of that, I would give the benefit to the bulls rather than the bears. Okay, this is Bitcoin. This is another chart, but this chart needs a little bit more nuance. This is actually the chart that helped me a lot in the last 2 years, but this is for next time. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart, but this chart is a little bit different from your normal Bitcoin dominance chart because this one has been adjusted. It basically tells you the Bitcoin dominance without taking into consideration the stables. And I've been sharing this for many, many times that we have seen these drops in Bitcoin dominance, but what? They were always short-lived, right? They were short-lived. Should I repeat myself? They were short-lived. Okay, now I feel a little bit cringe. Here again, they were pretty much short-lived. What does it mean? It means that most money is still in Bitcoin and a lot of big players are not that interested in what? In altcoins. This is a total 3, and this total 3 excludes stables. What do we see on this chart? Again, we see the higher low structure, which you do not want to, ignore. It's basically, 1 ETA structure, always important, but we cannot ignore this high time frame resistance level. We got rejected 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and then this is the 4th. Still not a very hard rejection, right, as here, but still it doesn't look that good at all. Well, maybe it's good that it has been, floating here below this resistance level. That's actually a good sign, but I see it for now as a rejection. So this doesn't look that good for what? For altcoins. Bitcoin, don't worry about Bitcoin. Just worry about altcoins, because I do believe that the majority of you guys are very heavy in altcoins. This is another one. This is actually the total 3 without stables, and then that in relationship with to the market cap of Bitcoin, and then multiplied by 100. This ratio is telling you something. This ratio is actually telling you that alts are really there's a devaluation of altcoins against Bitcoin. This is as clear as it can be, okay? This is as clear as it can be. Alts are just, sorry for my French, but they are pretty much fucked. But not all altcoins, of course. We have Aster, not sure how to pronounce this. I missed this entire move, to be honest, really. I missed every single bit of it. So if you are in this coin, in Aster, congrats. I'm happy for you. I'm not gonna, shit on those who got a nice entry. I'm always happy that people are winning. And I haven't been winning on this one, unfortunately for me. But this honestly looks like a pretty good chart. There's not so many, data points. But look, this beautiful wick. Look how it looks like, especially on the 1 hour. Looks good for now. I find it for myself too risky. Of course, CZ, great guy, strong community. They're already making billions of trading volume on that DEX, as far as I know. So yeah, definitely something to monitor, I believe, and to put in your daily or weekly watch list, as I do believe that this price action is a pretty nice price action, and likely it will continue. So with that said, I believe this is it for today. We can quickly look at not Cardano, because I think Cardano's shit. Not even sure why I have this on my screen, but yeah, this one. Look, this is Ethereum against USDT. Um, Actually, two things I want to focus here. One, see these hard rejections because they really were hard rejections. Uh, and then see this structure with its higher lows, higher highs, very beautiful. We have been approach already the major high time frame resistance level. Again, I do not believe in textbook perfection, but I do see something like this happening, and then it continues to the upside. And of course, in hindsight, everyone is again, everyone is had seen that move coming. In hindsight, trading is always easy, but listen, we do not trade or invest in hindsight. Impossible. There is such thing as a hindsight bias. Something we're gonna talk next time about it. But listen, this doesn't look that bad. It looks kind of, I don't want to say promising, but you should be at least here more neutral than too bullish or too bearish. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and that's the last one. And then I'm gonna leave you guys alone. Yeah, this is a rejection of this level. But we can't make really like strong conclusions on this. But ideally, ideally, we would love to see Ethereum doing something like that. Still possible. Ranging breakout. I'm not saying that it's gonna go back to that level, but you got me right. Eventually it needs to break from this level and reclaim this level with strength and confidence. Okay guys, this is it for today. If you liked this video, drop a comment. I'm always open for chart requests. If you have them, let me know. Until the next time, stay safe, protect yourself and your positions. God bless, and talk soon.